Hello, welcome to another episode of Rich Herring's Leicester Square Theatre podcast with Kerry Godliman. If you enjoy these, why not come and see me on tour? Go to richherring.com and then click on my big tour icon and you can see all the dates. Or go to richherring.com/gigs. Also, the DVD of my last show, Happy Now, should be out. If it's not, it will be out very soon. Go to www.gofasterstripe.com and you can buy a copy of that. It's the perfect Christmas gift for people who are sad. It will make them happy. Let's hope so. Anyway, let's sit back and enjoy Rich Herring's Leicester Square Theatre podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Leicester Square Theatre. Please welcome a man who just 2 days ago had diarrhea and then vomited on his diarrhea and then had diarrhea on his vomit and then vomited on that diarrhea. It's Richard Herring! Yes, it's true. It's all true. I get knocked down, but I get up again. They can't stop me. Food poisoning cannot destroy me. I will just carry on and doing podcasts till I die. Welcome to Rich Herring's Leicester Square Theatre podcast. I met Vanilla Ice the other day. I don't know if you remember him. He calls it Rehearstaba Baby. So it's quite cool. There's some cool kids in. We've just, as I was saying just before we started, we recorded this the day after I recorded the second episode of As It Occurs to Me. So I've really written all the topical jokes I can muster, and they're all gone. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll tell you, first of all, what I've got to do is I have to... there's someone called Owen Davis who contributed to the Kickstarter that paid for this videoing, so thank you for him, but he paid for me to insult him. It's hard to... Owen Davis, there's not much to know about him, but I'm guessing this is a pretty accurate impression of Owen Davis. Oh, hello! I am... It's Welsh, by the way, this. I am Owen Davis. Where's my seaweed? I want to eat some seaweed. He's a fucking idiot, basically, is what I'm saying. And I'd also like to welcome Bettina Saunders, who there she is, she's over there. Hello, Bettina. I don't think I'll pick you up on the video, partly because I'm not very good. It's definitely playing. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. Hello, Bettina. She has paid to be the VIP for this week's episode. So she might, if she wishes, get to ask our guest a question later on. She's been the finest champagne that you can buy for £19.50 at Sainsbury's. It was £15 last week, and then Sainsbury's, they must have gone, blimey, we sold one. Let's see if we can bump the price up. I meant to pop to like a wine warehouse and get like 5 bottles for a £5 or something, you know. 20 quid of your Kickstarter money, that's gone, just burn up like it's nothing. So let's see who's in the audience. Before we get cracking, I want to have a little... There's a man with a fine beard here. Have I talked to you before, sir? No. Hello, what's your name? Wait a second, because I'm really... I mean, to be fair, it's not working. This is the new iPhone. It's not them, it's the new iPhone. That's just not working, is it? That's not my fault. I pressed that. Look, you press that button and see if you can make it video, Andy. Sorry. Like my little nephew I have. What's your name? I was just admiring your beard, sir. What's your name?
Andy.
Andy? Yeah. How long did that beard take to grow?
About a month.
A month? Yeah, it's not the first time you did it. How long have you had the beard?
About 2 years.
2 years, yeah. Does it work with the ladies? Are you together? Yeah. Yeah. Have you never met before? And she's just looking at you going, yeah, it does. It works with them. Do you like the beard? What do you like about... What's your name, madam?
Sylvia.
Sylvia, what do you like about the beard particularly?
He seems to like it.
He seems to like it. I think she's just got used to it. He comes with that beard. When you shave the beard off, do you look like incredibly like a little tiny boy? Yes, yeah. Has it got chins under there?
Lots of chins.
Yeah, I've got that problem. Oh my God, what am I talking to you for? Look at this. I was wasting my time with a little bum fluff boy over here. Look at this. What's your name?
Neil.
Neil?
Sorry.
He's got a little Brian Blessed thing going on there. Thank you, Neil. What do you do for a living, Neil? Do you work in IT?
No, I don't.
Oh, wow, you should try.
I'm a postman.
I think you do really well. What do you do?
I'm a postman.
You're a postman? That's my dream job. My dream job is to play a postman. But Dr. Hillary from this morning said that there are no fat postmen.
And he's proving the real. There's always
What,
an
do you do the round, you go walking on the round?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do one where I drive a lot.
Yeah, that's fair enough, isn't it? Oh no, look man, I can't. Look at this. We should, later on we'll get together and we'll belly bump these babies together. And next time I'll grow my beard for next time and then I'll show you youngsters what a beard is. Mine only sort of grows underneath. That's the problem, so it kind of grows down like you're fluffy at the side. And it's going grey at the edges, mine. Oh, well, enough beard talk. I've got a new podcast, it's just about beard. Oh, it's a nice beard there, man. So that's nothing with these two here. I thought I'd just change it to be mainly about beards. No? Okay, well, in that case, we'll crack on with our first guest. I should crack on, because she's actually doing 2 gigs tonight, so we want to get the most out of her, before she is forced to go and perform elsewhere. She's probably best known for her appearance as Emma in the hit short film, Hard to Swallow, that I'm sure you all... that I was also in, I'm sure you remember. No? It's Kerry Godliman, ladies and gentlemen! Kerry Godliman, come in, hello. Come in, sit down. Pick up the microphone. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Let me just check. I have turned it off, that's all right. I got like an hour of the desk last week, which we might put out as a special podcast. So it's lovely to have you here.
Thanks.
And what do you remember about the Hard to Swallow shoot, which
You
we
were
just
rude.
worked out?
You were
I
rude.
was very rude.
Who could have foreseen that?
I did ad-lib
You
some
being
quite,
rude.
quite rude.
You
Well,
were really rude. The script was rude, and then you went, "Can I ad-lib?" And then
Yeah.
went fucking in with the rude.
There was, we were a couple in it.
Yeah.
I don't think we were married.
We
but
weren't happy.
We were very unhappy. You were playing an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And I was playing a quite rude man.
That was
And
horrible
then
to me. Horrible.
you
which was the
said
cause
that
of my alcoholism.
Your character said that I had wanked in her sock, so that's quite rude. And then I said,
that
well,
rude.
at least the sock's got some elastic in it. That was my ad
It was the funniest line in the whole show.
And then you laughed.
Yeah.
And then looked angry. It was good.
I'm acting. It was really funny.
They did keep that. It was fun.
They found a wine glass, I remember, because she was such a boozer.
Yeah.
They wanted to find a wine glass that can take a whole bottle of wine.
Right.
And then there was a sort of long shot of me just pouring the whole bottle
That's right,
into
yeah.
a glass. But that's the thing, a wine glass that can hold a bottle.
Yeah. I had to eat a lot of mashed potato.
You were right with that. You
I
seemed
was, I
happy.
did quite enjoy
You
it.
seemed really happy with
It's-
that.
I worked for the free mashed potato.
You're so method. You're like, they said you don't have to swallow it on it. You're like, no, I'll eat it because my character would.
Free potato.
Free potato.
Free,
You
warm, like
peasant.
lukewarm.
Free potato.
It was ages ago. We
Did
were
you
talking
get
about
paid
it.
in money?
I don't think I got paid. I think everyone else got paid because I heard them talking about being paid. And
You
I
were
didn't
paid
get
in potato.
I said-
Oh,
they said it was free potato.
And you were like, count me in.
And you could pretend to take some cocaine. That's what they said.
Ah,
We
we were all sort of smashed, weren't
Yeah, we were in the thing. We didn't take cocaine because that would be illegal. It was good. It was a good cut. It's all on. It's still online.
It
I
is
think
online.
You can watch it free because Hard to Swallow. It's very funny. I'm going to spoil it though because at the end. There was
good
a bear comes in. I'm talking
real
about a
bear.
character who's called the bear, and then the end is a bear coming
Yeah,
into the
that's
house.
the reveal. It's a real bear.
And I just felt sorry for the people. We filmed it in someone's house in West London somewhere.
Well,
like that.
they're greedy. They put their name on some sort of database of like, let's just get money for our house
Yeah.
and fuck them.
And then a huge, like not a small, a proper big bear then was running
Smashed
around.
up their house.
Smashed their kitchen. And there were people in there dressed in up. We had to leave our clothes so that people could dress up in our clothes so it would look like we were next to the bear. Do you remember that?
I don't remember
No,
that.
we
You've
did.
got a good memory.
I
I'm
do.
worried that my memory's going.
Well, I don't really do much acting, so it was the highlight of my career. So I'm looking back at that. I thought it was
Mainly
about,
for the potato.
I was. I thought it was about 5 years ago, but it was
longer.
a long time ago.
We were, well, the anchor of having children
Yeah.
sort of time, you know, I know it was before I had kids and my
Right.
daughter's nearly 10. So that's how long ago it was.
It's
Made you feel
terrible.
really old.
It does make me feel very old. It's awful. So yeah. Anyway, it was good. Check it out. But there's loads. I mean, you're doing so much stuff at the moment. People will have seen you in Derek, which
Yeah.
I think was probably your big break in terms.
Yeah.
That you were doing stand up before that.
Long before
and,
that.
And acting. You went to
Acting school.
Rose
All
Bruford.
that long before
What's
that.
it like going? Because I'd always wanted to go to acting school. My parents wouldn't let me go.
Wouldn't they?
No, because they wanted me to. Rightly so. because I wasn't very good. But but because they wanted me to get a proper education.
So it was them that stopped you and not the audition process.
Yeah, well, I never tried the audition.
No, I didn't go because my parents wouldn't have allowed me to go. Well, they'd have let me in for sure.
I'm not sure they would have, but it's quite a. Was it
It's
good? Was it worth it?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Some people do and some people don't. You hear different stories, don't you? I had a good time. It's a lot of legitimate dicking about.
Yeah.
That's a drama school training. It's like you can spend a term being a camel.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, I'm not even joking. We did do a whole animal term where we went to the zoo.
You're not allowed to be anything but a camel for a term.
You're allowed to slip in and out of it. People just sort of going to parties as camels. But yeah, you're mucking about. There's very often not. You don't again get the opportunity to be that experimental with something, and it is just mucking about for 3 years.
You did 3 years.
Yeah, it's a degree.
Yeah,
Got a BA, mate.
Just pretending.
Don't imply. I mean, I did say it was dicking about 3 years. So.
Well, who else was with you at drama school?
Well, as in famous people.
Yeah,
you just
well,
want
yeah.
names of my friends that I was at college with.
Was there any famous people?
No, not in my year. I can tell you people that went to that college, like Gary Oldman was their big one. They wheeled him out at every opportunity.
Yeah. Literally.
Literally, he was at our graduation ceremony. He was like, look, he did go here. So he was like the big one, and then I don't know. You have to go on their website.
I will. Okay.
My friend,
Sorry.
My friend teaches there now because they do theatre design, like set design, and she said they've got a list of all the people. What's the proper word?
Alumni?
Yeah, the people that have been to and I'm not on it. It's like, oh, fuck them.
That will change. That will change.
Thanks, Richard.
It will. You're doing. I mean, well, you've done Derek, and you've just very excitingly, and I just watched it this morning because it's on Netflix. You're in the new Christopher Guest film, Mascots.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that because that's pretty exciting.
It was exciting, yeah.
So how did you get to be?
He saw Derek.
Did he?
I mean, it's sort of one of those dream scenarios. I didn't even audition for it.
Right.
He just saw Derek and asked me to be in it. And it was one of those, check my diary. Yeah. I am free.
So how long do you spend filming something like? So it's like one of his things that he wouldn't like to be called a mockumentary.
He doesn't like that word, does he? No.
And if you will,
I'll use
rockumentary.
Yeah.
No, but it's so it's like it's about mascots, which is something we don't really have.
No, although the character was in.
Yeah.
Do we not have them here?
Well, not to the extent I think in America. So the people who at ball games dress up in stupid.
But
we
then
do. Well, we do
since
have them
doing
in
it-
football. We do. We have that David Wrigley one of the terrifying cloud. For
Isn't there a West
Dundee.
Ham? Someone told me the West Ham.
There probably is. Yeah. I don't really like
they
sport.
exist.
Yeah.
I don't like sport.
No. But there's a competition in the film at least about all the
best
mascots getting together.
and their routine. And
Yeah.
So it's like Best in Show with mascots.
It is.
Yeah. It's people competing, which always brings out the best in humans.
Yes.
Competing.
It's fun. It's very. There's loads of really funny stuff in it.
Yeah.
There's lots of funny set pieces, and you're very good in it. So you're playing the wife of a guy who's
Of a hedgehog.
He's a hedgehog.
Yeah.
For some football, for
For
some
a crappy
non-league football
sort
team.
of Croydon team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's very good. I mean, the thing I would say about it is his routine
Well,
that he seems
it's
to have
sort of-
improvised
yeah,
with a
it's-
ladder. Is
It's sort of supernatural, his routine. He levitates.
Yeah.
Essentially, he levitates. So you'll make him come first, but
yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens at the end of the
Oh,
film.
have I just ruined it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
No,
Can't
not at all. So what happens when you go and work on a Christopher Guest film? Because there's no script as such.
Well, there isn't dialogue in the script, but there is a script.
Yeah.
So he has written it, and it has a narrative, and it's structured, and you do have a character, and he told me who my character was, and he'd written her, but he just hadn't written any lines for her,
Right.
so you just have to improvise the lines. But you are working to sort of bullet points, if you know what I mean. You know what you need to get in.
Yeah.
So it's improvised, but not fully improvised.
But it's got to be hard. You're working with actors, and a lot of it's to camera.
Yeah.
So it must be hard to work out when you can speak and when they're speaking.
Yeah, I suppose, but that you get loads of tries at it
Yeah.
and muck about and stuff like that.
Yeah. And is that intimidating to be being directed? I mean, were you as big a fan of Spinal Tap? I mean,
Of course. Yeah, I mean, I
massive,
was a big fan, so it was intimidating. But actually, anything, once you're a bit more familiar with it, you can relax. He was very welcoming and very reassuring, and once you get started, you're in, aren't you?
Yeah.
So
And you're working with all these Posey
well,
Parker
all
and-
my scenes, I wasn't working with any of the
No.
big stars. I was working with Tom Bennett, who I kind of knew anyway.
Right.
So, and he and I chatted loads, and he lived nearby, and we'd met down in Brighton, and so we built up a bit of a relationship because we were playing husband and wife. So all my scenes really were with him.
Yeah.
So I wasn't.
Who do you think played your partner better, him or me? Do you think who was the
You,
best?
definitely
yeah,
you.
Thank you. I thought it was me.
Just for that elastic line alone.
Christopher Guest should watch that if he wants to see some
You should send
improvisation.
it to
I'm
him.
going to send him just that line. When you look at this, and then I'll just say that.
And say I improvised that,
Yeah.
by the way.
And then see what he says. Well, no, it's amazing. So you can watch on Netflix for free if you've got Netflix, or join Netflix.
You don't
or
get Netflix for free.
Go round someone's house.
Netflix isn't free.
Go round someone's house who's got Netflix and watch it for free. Go to someone who's got Netflix and say, what's your password?
Ask them if they've got any mashed potato available while you're around there
And
as
then
well.
watch it for
Free
free.
potato and a free film.
That'd be good. So I've got some new emergency questions that I'm very excited about. So I want to get straight to them, and we'll come back and talk more about you in a minute. But I've got to write 500 emergency questions for the Kickstarter book. I thought it'd be quite easy because I thought I probably had about
Because you were feeling
250.
cocky.
Yeah, I had about 100, and now I've got 200. So it might be a while before that Kickstarter book is arriving, is what I'm saying. But here are some new ones I've come up with. I really like this one. Hold on, where is it? If you had to do a human centipede with 2 other people of your choice, and you are in the middle, which other 2 people would you choose? So you've got someone to suck
This is like
the
a
shit.
spit roast.
It's when your mouth is stitched to the anus of the person in front of you, and your anus. I feel
My
we're
mouth
good
is-
enough friends to talk about
Go
this.
for
Your
it.
anus is stitched to the mouth of the person behind you. So I would choose.
Stitching as in...
Yeah, they stitch it there so you can't escape or stick it. Is that right? Is it stitched? I've never seen a human centipede. It seems disgusting. But they they drug you, and then when you wake up, you find that your mouth is on the anus. So like they shit into your mouth, and then you shit, into the mouth. It's just a thing. It's the kids
I don't
are
know
doing
of it.
now.
It's not a thing.
It's just a thing
I've never
the kids-
heard of it.
There's a film called The Human Centipede, and there's another one called The Human Centipede 2. I think it's the same. They probably just add another one on the end. It's probably 4. It's like Ocean's 11. They just keep adding one.
There's a storyline with twisting it other than a man being stitched to the anus of another man.
A madman, I'm guessing, I've never seen it, kidnaps some people and drugs them, and then when they wake up, they're all so... But you can choose the people in my... I'm a nice
So who's
man.
asked I want my mouth to be sewn to?
I would choose Gemma Chan, the actress from Robots, because I'm guessing her poo is probably quite nice. And then I would, on the other end, I'd have Michael Gove, so I would be pooing... Once Gemma Chan's poo has
thought
gone
about
through
that.
me, then it would go... it's not nice once it's gone through me. And then he goes into Michael Gove's, and he's just getting double shit, Michael Gove. I'm only
So
getting
you've
Gemma
got to
Chan's shit.
like the person who's
Well,
asked
you know, it's
on.
up to you. You
and
might
dislike the
You might
person.
want to eat the shit of someone you don't like. I don't know who you are.
I don't want to eat anyone's shit, Richard, if I'm
No,
honest.
but you don't have a choice, do you? That's the beauty
don't
of the
have a
human
choice.
You don't. You've woken up. Your mouth is so open.
And
So there's
stitched
the
onto
poo
anus.
is however much.
I'm properly going-
However much Gemma Chan in my case holds it in, goes. I don't want to give Richard Herring the satisfaction of eating my shit because I know he'd do it even if I wasn't sewed to him. But eventually nature takes its course. That comes in. I go. Thank you very much. I would lick
And
my
then
lips,
you've
but I
got-
can't because.
Michael Gove
And then Michael goes behind me.
tripping along behind
Yeah, the
you.
problem with it is I've still got. Is Michael Gove still there? Isn't it?
He's in your life.
He's very much attached to me. He can't
He would
talk,
spoil
but-
the fun of eating Gemma Chan's
He
shit,
would
wouldn't he?
absolutely
Definitely.
spoil that.
He'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
stuck with this
He'd
guy.
be going, so-called experts say that poo will come out of her arse and then into my mouth. But I don't believe that is going to happen, Richard. That's
He
what
won't be
would
saying
say.
much,
He
will
won't
he?
be saying me going... I think you probably... I don't know. Who's seen the film? Can they talk? They talk a bit? They go, oh... No, you've seen Andy, yeah. Tip, have you seen Human Centipede 2? Yeah. You seen Human Centipede 3? Is there one? I think so. Yeah, okay.
Where is there to
you
go?
You gave up at 2, right, Andy? You thought, that's enough watching people being put in horrifics. I've watched
That's
2 of
horrific.
them. So who would you choose? Who would you like
I'm
to eat?
still really upset about the concept. I don't want
Yeah,
to
well,
have
no,
to...
it's an upsetting...
I mean,
yeah.
you've given it tons of thought.
Oh, no, I thought it was very easy for me. That came to me straight away.
Someone you like enough to eat their shit, and
Well,
someone you
just
hate enough to shit in their
The person
mouth.
you would least mind to eat the shit. I don't think I...
I don't want to... Don't...
I know no one wants to be the middle of a human centipede. At best, be the front of the human centipede. That's the best place to be, isn't it? If you're at the front, don't even have to wipe your bum anymore. It's a beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful.
Yeah, be at the front.
You're still eating food, la di da.
La-di-da. La-di-da.
That's what you're saying. And then just... well,
You could go about your life. Don't mind these guys.
You'd have to, work together to move along and
Well,
stuff.
it's like a pantomime horse. How do you get shit done? I wouldn't want to do the school run explaining, oh, this is Richard's idea. I've got someone stitched to my arse and then someone stitched to their arse.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Okay, it's all right. You don't have to. I can't make that happen unless I've drugged that
I'm
water.
really
And it could be
upset.
you, me, and Chris Addison.
Yeah.
If it was you,
I'll
me, and
do.
Chris Addison, which position would you like to take?
Well, you're going on the back.
All right, I think that's a good question. Here's another good question I came up with on my own. I made this one. I didn't even copy this off the internet.
Look at the pride.
Have you ever been in a canoe?
What a climb down from human centipede. I just talked into the wrong thing. I have been on a
Yeah. What was the circumstances?
I went to,
I think this would be an interesting story. That's my guess. Yeah. Go
It was
on.
one of those school trips
Yeah.
when I was sort of 11.
Yeah.
One of those PGL. Is it PGL? Does anyone know? Yeah, one of them. Did abseiling, canoeing, dry ski, slope skiing.
Yeah.
I do remember I had to do abseiling, and the teacher, who was called Mr. Mann, Mr. Mann told me off for not abseiling properly. Like, I was in a fetal position, crying, which I don't think is how you're supposed to do it. And he said, just straighten your legs! And you're meant to walk down a cliff as if that's just normal. And he said, I do remember him saying, I wouldn't mind, but you can't even canoe. Like, that's my canoeing story.
I went on a canoe when I was on camping with my parents, and with some European Dutch guy took me up the river.
Yeah. Oh, God.
It was the same. We were both 14. It was nice, and we canoed down. I was scared because I didn't know what to do. And he said it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then we got to like waterfalls and stuff, and I wasn't fine.
Right.
And it got tipped over, and it was really scary. We fell out. And then a woman with no top on came and saved us.
So
it was great.
Yeah. So that's a fond memory.
And my parents I hadn't told my parents where I'd gone, and when I got back, they were sort of searching the campus.
Oh, God.
I was quite scared that I died. So you see, I thought that would be a good question, because I thought something like that would not just, I can't abseil either. All right, here's another new one. We'll see if it's hard coming up with emergency questions. Which is your favourite bun that is named after a place?
I don't know any buns that are named.
Chelsea bun.
Oh, yeah.
Bath bun.
What's a Bath bun?
It's like a bit like Chelsea bun. It comes from
So
Bath.
do I like Chelsea, is the question, really?
I think, what's the difference between a Chelsea bun and a Bath bun, anyone? One's a swirly, but one's like, I think a Chelsea bun is,
I'm not a massive lover of a bun.
No, okay.
I don't care about
All right,
buns.
that's not a good question, all right. All right, this is a good question. What is your third earliest memory?
Do you know what? I've got a shit memory.
Have
I
you?
don't have good memories. I think I've got a memory, and
Can
then
you
I realised
remember-
it was a photograph.
Yeah, well, that's the problem.
Like
It's-
replicant.
It's
like
hard
what's
to,
the-
but it's interesting because a lot of people can remember their first thing, but it's hard to remember the third thing that you can
Well, I
remember.
can't remember anything.
No. What's the earliest thing you can remember?
Last week.
Okay.
I wish I had a better memory, but I don't.
Okay, here's a good... I thought there was another good one. Here it is. If you had your dream dinner party and you could invite anyone you wanted, living or dead, who would you employ to do the washing up? They are not allowed into the party, but they will get tantalising glimpses of the conversation going on, but they're never hear the
allowed in.
punchlines, so they're not allowed in, and that'd be very frustrating for
Oh,
them.
that would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, who would you like that to be?
Probably Renee Zellweger. She can't come, but
Right.
she can wash
So
up.
that really is the person you'd like on your bum on the... That's what
No,
we got
that's a
to with
different-
that.
that's a
You
different
wouldn't,
criteria.
You don't dislike her that much.
I wouldn't
You just want-
stitch it to my arse.
No. Well, you would.
But she can
someone else
wash
would
up.
do- Someone else would do that.
I like that she's just not allowed to join in. Does she want to?
Yeah, absolutely. Because imagine the people. Don't tell me who they are. I'm not interested.
No, that's-
But imagine the people you would choose. I mean, they'd be amazing. I imagine.
Oh.
And Rennie
let's hope
Zellweger
so.
would be going. Oh, I'd love to meet whoever that is.
That lot.
Yeah. And you would be getting no bad luck. You can
Get out.
Just be interesting.
Quite into it. It's a role play. Get out.
So you appeared in the Bird's Eye polar bear commercial for frozen king prawns.
Yeah.
Have you got any memories of that?
I remember it paid for in Edinburgh.
Did it? Did you get free king prawns?
No.
No.
I tell you what was interesting about that is that the voice was Willem Dafoe.
Was it?
Yeah, of the polar bear. It actually was Willem Dafoe.
Was it?
Yeah.
Why do you think
They wanted Christopher Walken. And they got
He
Willem
said
Dafoe.
no.
And he said, no, thanks. But Willem Dafoe said,
Why
go
do
on
you
then.
think William Dafoe? I mean, I can understand, Kerry, without any offence, that you would take
None
that.
taken.
You would take that
I was
part.
happy to play Janice from Bromley. Flogging
But why
prawns.
this is my... I was talking about this last week, but with Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, why?
Why does he do these awful,
Yeah.
humiliating adverts?
Yeah, it's a fascinating thing.
Because he must have enough money.
Yeah, he doesn't need to
And
do
William
it.
Dafoe probably has enough money, doesn't
Well,
he?
it does make you wonder what the money was.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, maybe it is a lot of money, like enough to make him want to do it. Plus, he probably thought, well, no one will ever know.
Then you spilled the beans,
yeah.
didn't you?
But do you think he'll mind? He won't mind.
Well, he's
He
a
won't
big
give a
fan
shit.
of he's a big fan of this
Is he?
podcast.
Do you think he'll-
And now he'll probably be cross.
Well, I don't think he'll mind. And it's a weird thing. I mean,
Yeah.
like, that it's Willem Dafoe. Like, couldn't you just get a soundy likey that sounds like Willem Dafoe? But they got the real one.
Yeah.
Fascinating, isn't
It
it?
is. I don't really remember the advert.
Would you want me to run you through
Yeah,
it?
if you could do, yeah.
So I'm in this holiday
Yeah.
talking,
Yeah.
and then a polar bear says,
Is it a cartoon polar bear
No,
or
it's a puppet.
real puppet?
it's a puppet, and he says, the holiday's nearly over, Janice, but you can take the taste of the holiday with you. I've done quite a lot of adverts,
Yeah.
so I didn't mind the humiliation of talking to a polar bear.
Yeah.
But as I say, it paid for in Edinburgh.
When they say you take the taste of the holiday with you, and
Prawns.
then they give you
I was-
frozen
I think I was
prawns, I
eating
mean, is that
prawns.
just this is an approximation of what
Well,
what
you-
you've been tasting on your holiday?
You
Not
seeking
exactly.
truth from an
Yeah.
advert.
Yeah.
Well, you won't
No,
get that.
okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Adverts tell lies.
So you've got loads of stuff coming up, and I'm quite interested. You work with your husband. Does he play your husband?
He plays my husband in the radio show.
version? And
yeah.
you're going to do that on TV as well? Is that?
I'd
what
like
you
to.
do?
I
Yeah.
mean, who knows?
No, it's not. It's not.
It's in a pipe.
So it's based on one of your stand-up shows about it's about
Yeah,
families.
well, I did in Edinburgh, and then that
Yeah.
sort of led to a
So
radio
the show's
series.
called Kerry's List.
Yes.
And you've done a couple of series of that.
Yes.
And what's it like working with your husband on that?
It was really nice, actually. It was a lot of fun, and there's a shorthand there that made. If you're trying to get that kind of authentic marriagey banter, then
Yeah.
why not have a real marriage? It's quicker.
But if you've had an argument on the way there, because
Yeah.
I imagine I've got a child now, and you've got two children.
Yeah.
When you have children, you kind of bicker quite a lot, don't you?
Yeah, I suppose when you're tired,
Yeah,
you do.
fuck
get,
yeah. So.
But that's all useful for a sitcom, isn't it? Isn't sitcoms all bickering?
It is, I
Isn't that
suppose.
what a sitcom
So you just
Yeah.
channel that and use
Yeah.
the real. I suppose if you're having a real argument and then you go in and have a.
We didn't have any arguments. Why
No.
are you?
I'm just trying
We
to
didn't
stir
argue.
things up.
I'm really
It's not
sorry.
It's not what he told me.
We didn't. We got on very well.
Yeah.
It was a very sort of nice, close little team of people.
Yeah.
He was good.
Oh. And you're doing. There seems to be a lot coming up. I mean, you're still doing stand-up because you've been
I'm always doing
You've been
stand-up.
doing stand-up for how, 10,
14 years.
14 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Well, it would be because you've been doing stand-up when we did that thing.
Yeah. You lent me a projector, I remember.
That's right, I did. And you know what? Now thanks for reminding me of that.
I haven't still
When
got
you
it.
gave me it back.
Was it broken?
You left the cord
What?
in Edinburgh, the plug-in cord.
Oh, why did
Yeah.
I'm really sorry.
It's all right, it's just the same as a kettle, so I'll just use one from a kettle.
I'm really sorry about that. How rude.
Hey, very rude.
That's like borrowing a car and pranging it.
Just
and not
know
saying.
that it was gone, and then I just thought, well, that's what Kerry Godliman
I
thinks
didn't
of me.
even stop the car. I just chucked it out the window. Cheers. Just
That's
threw it
in
back.
Edinburgh somewhere. Some Scottish blokes are going, okay, I got me free projector card. Just need to get the projector now. That's my Scottish accent.
It was a bit-
Could you send that to Christopher? I'm going to put that. That's going to my
You're
show
Scottish
reel. I
bloke.
do the Welsh black guy from the intro, Scottish guy, and man talking about vaginas.
There's
being had no
loads
less.
available on your CV. Like, what would you
I
not
don't
want?
get those are the best things.
Yeah,
they're going to Christopher Guest
That's
without
brilliant.
any explanation of who I am.
Yeah, the
it's just going to
Scottish
be
bloke's great.
it's going to be a parcel with an old cassette tape in it.
Yeah.
He's going and they're just
You
going
won't
to
have the
go
machine.
listen to this. And he's going to have to find a cassette player from the past.
Yeah.
Play it, and it'll
Yeah.
just be those three things. And if he likes them enough, he'll work out who I am.
He'll just find
He'll
you.
Spotify it.
Yeah.
He'll be able to find. You're into yoga.
Not mad.
You're into it.
Yeah.
you like? What do you like? Because I saw Zoe Lyons talking about you doing yoga in your when How I Met Zoe Lyons independent piece. I've very thoroughly researched this interview.
You've read it. You've googled.
I did one of those with Andrew. You know that How We Met in the Independent. I've done one before, but I did one with Andrew Collins.
Oh, okay.
And they never printed it.
Oh.
So you know,
They swapped our ages, which really pissed
they?
me off because she's older than me. She was over the moon. I do yoga a bit, but you've definitely zoomed in on a thing that you won't get much out of.
You mentioned yoga in the dressing room as well.
I talk about I do end up talking about yoga. I talk about yoga in my show.
That's
now.
why I wrote it in my book.
I do like it.
Yeah.
But I've got issues with it.
What are your issues with it?
Well, it's tiring, isn't it?
I don't know. It looks pretty easy to me.
Well,
do you
not
do
if
one
you
of the ones
properly
in the
get
hot
going.
room?
I don't get involved in that hot room stuff. Those people are freaks.
Isn't it just sitting around?
No.
No. Okay.
I mean, there's loads of bending about.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your favourite
yoga
pose? I'm going to make that an emergency question. Write that down. I'll put that in the book.
The one where you lie down.
Yeah.
Corpse, I think it's called.
How did you end up getting the part in Derek as well?
Stand-up.
Was it just through the stand-up?
I think I'd auditioned for like all his other stuff, and I had a little part in extras. I've got like a scene in extras, and I had a little part in Life's Too Short. So I'd done stuff with him before, and then I'd gig with him, and he just remembers people. Yeah. So that was how that came about.
Yeah. It's what is it you were saying backstage as well? You end up playing all these kind of nice
people.
Nice people, because like in our thing, you weren't. You know, we weren't. Neither of us.
Yeah.
Because it's a more of a straight acting role, isn't it?
Yeah, it is quite a straight acting role. Yeah.
Is, you know.
I can do withered looks. I'm really good at withered looks. But yeah, it wasn't sort of comedy.
No. And would you like to do, because in Mascots again it's a similarly
a sort of nice supportive woman.
Yeah.
I mean obviously I did a thing a few years ago called Home Time, and I got to be a real arsehole in that, and that was a lot of fun. It's nice playing all the things, but it's, I suppose, when you play someone nasty, there's more sort of comedy scope to be nasty. Yeah. I mean,
your stand-up's very funny. You can see there's lots of stuff online people can see, and they can come and see you on tour. You're in your show.
I am, yeah.
I'm Stick or Twist
now.
is the
Stick
current.
or Twist, yeah.
Is there a theme to that, or is it?
Sort of. But
sounds like it from the title.
Yeah, but you have to have a theme, don't you? Don't you have to have something? If you just say, "Oh, it's just an hour of stand-up," they're not happy with that. You have to.
Well, I'm increasingly. I often do theme stuff, but But then my show this year is the best of the stuff I've got.
Right.
That'll be a short show, eh, Andy? No, it won't, because best of just means the least worst stuff, so it'll be 90 minutes long, so shut up. You know, it's quite nice to do something that sort of themes still develop even when
well, the thing is, when you're
it's still
asked,
about you, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And when you're asked what your themes are, sometimes they sort of develop and evolve while the show's going on.
Yeah.
So I'd like to be asked at the end, which is useless for PR.
But is it about reaching a certain point in your life and deciding whether you're going to stay?
It was initiated by deciding whether or not to leave London, because I've always lived in London all my life, and I sort of feel like I flirt with leaving a lot, and I don't, and I've been flirting with it for as long as I can remember, really, and I'm still here.
You're still here.
So it's sort of a bit about that, but then it kind of goes off into different places.
We're thinking of moving out of London.
Are you?
Yeah.
See, everybody does think about it.
You have children
and like lots of my mates have gone, and I sort of think, I don't want to be the last one.
And soon it'll be destroyed by ISIS nuclear bomb.
Well, that is an incentive, isn't it? I mean, they don't mention that on location.
That'll really bring the property prices down to something people can afford. That's the pot. You should be kind of willing that to happen, because you'll be able to buy a house in central London for 10, 20 quid. You know, it swings and roundabouts, isn't it? In 10,000 years' time, it'll be worth some money again.
Well, that's a positive way of approaching the housing
These people
crisis.
don't like the idea of a terrorist attack happening to them, I tell you. I thought they would enjoy them. We're safe. We're underground. We're underground. They could drop a nuclear bomb in Leicester Square now. We'd be killed.
Where would you move to if you leave London?
We're looking at kind of Hertfordshire, because it's where my wife's family live.
Oh, it's not too UKIP around there, because that's
the problem. But that's what my wife.
You do have to be careful with the old UKIPs.
We went to look at houses, and there was like 2 houses with the Union Jacks.
Yeah, you've got to watch all that.
That's
Scotland?
what my wife's very worried about. Well, yeah, Scotland could be all right, couldn't it?
I was walking, I don't very often walk in the countryside, but I did go for a walk in the summer, and there was a UKIP poster nailed to a tree in a wood. There's no one there.
That's probably one of the indigenous squirrels has done that. It's trying to get rid of the...
That's
the
what
other
I'm scared
squirrels
of
coming
leaving
in.
London, is the
Yeah.
UKIPs.
Yeah. The world's very scary.
Don't
There's nowhere to go.
Anywhere. It's just
I keep trying to get Peter Bainham on here, who lives in America. He said, if Donald Trump gets in, he'll be coming back here.
Oh, right.
To live here, so we might get him on. If that'll be one of the good things about if Donald Trump wins.
One good thing about Trump.
But I said, if Donald Trump wins, then you won't be able to hide here. Because basically Nigel Farage is trying to set himself up
but
as
he's
the
distanced himself from
satellite, the sort of Mussolini of Britain, isn't he?
Yeah, but now Farage is like, I didn't know about the groping stuff. So he's backed off. He's a man of high morals.
The guy who got punched. I think it was interesting. I was talking about this, and as it occurs to me that, when that guy, the UKIP guy, punched the other UKIP guy, but he didn't punch him.
Oh,
but he
that
did.
was great.
And he nearly killed him. I was thinking, when that happened, I was thinking, A, brilliant. I hope he dies. But B, I was thinking, that's good, that'll be funny. I can do loads of comedy about that. But within about a few days, it was already wiped off the agenda by all the other. There's so many things have happened that you've forgotten, haven't you? You've forgotten that had happened, haven't you?
Handbags at dawn, he called it, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's just left UKIP, that guy. The
has he?
guy who got punched
Oh.
or didn't get punched. The guy who fell over and banged his head and nearly died and then was all right. He's kind of
That
like
was
a
after
Jesus
the-
figure, isn't he? And so I think we should follow.
It was after the leader left
Yeah,
as well.
he was going to be the new leader, but then he was talking about going to the Conservatives. That's why the other guy had a...
Right. Well, that's how you saw these
but
things
the
out.
Conservatives have become more right-wing than UKIP.
I know, it's all a bit of a... Well, that's why the leader went,
It's
didn't he?
amazing. Nigel Farage, whatever you think about him, is the most successful politician he is
Like a
in the
cockroach.
last 100 years. Because he's got voted into the European Parliament, but he's got one MP.
Yeah.
And yet everything he wanted has come to pass because of him. So he's the most
Yeah.
successful politician we've probably ever had in our lifetime.
Isn't that a lovely, reassuring thing?
Wonder what he'll do next, eh? Looking forward to it, London? There's people that listen out this in the country going, yeah, we love him, Rich. Don't have a go at us. Brexit was a good idea.
It's
Do you think we
such
should
the
be
comedy, doesn't it?
Well,
If you mention Trump or Brexit, everyone's
I
like-
know, but it's what I love is the people going, we have to, we said it, we've got to do it. We've got to follow it through, and as I said, and as it occurs to me, this coming out before this, I bet all the people who said, once something's decided, that's it, you can't have another go.
Yeah.
But I bet you every single person who supported Brexit feels the exact opposite about the trial of Ched Evans. But surely, if we get to a point where we voted for it, Theresa May, we voted for it, so it's got to be... But it's really going to hurt. Everyone's going to get badly hurt. We said we were going to do it.
Yeah.
So can we not change our minds? No. You
She
said you were
doesn't-
going to do it.
doesn't seem
Now
to want
you've
to
got
do it, does she?
Well, people are saying she's doing it in order to show us how bad it would be, so we'll all go,
Oh,
yeah,
well, that's
sorry.
a lesson learned, isn't it? Fucking hell, that's like a parent burning your hand on a hob. See, I told you it hurts!
I think a lot of it's very scary. There was this thing today on Twitter, like this poll that some guy saw, and it was called Christian Holiday. Did you see this? It sounded like, and he came from Burtford or something, right? It sounded like such a prank thing, and he was saying that he set up a poll for I don't know if it's real or if it's a spoof.
Yeah.
He set up one of those government petitions saying that anyone who says that the UK should go back to EU should be convicted of treason and
God.
sent to prison. And he'd done and 85 people had signed this petition. And it sounds like a joke, but
Yeah.
I googled him and there's quite a lot
It's a
about
real
him on there.
thing.
So if someone's made it up, they've made it up and then given him a bat. So let's really go for this. But he's called Christian Holiday. I mean, that's sort of like
Made up.
it's such a sort of terrible name you would give to. It's actually the kind of terrible name you would give to someone who was too PC, wouldn't you? It's kind of like it's.
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
doesn't
going to call
sound-
it Christmas. I'm going to call it the Christian Holiday. That's what.
Yeah.
So it's very strange. But that thing is worrying when what the Brexit has allowed people to do is to voice those things.
Yeah.
But they obviously felt them all the time and felt they couldn't
Well, I was
say
quite
them.
happy when they were quiet about it.
Yeah. But
It was when people keep saying all the racism that's coming out and stuff, and they're like, it was all there, but now
Yeah.
it's out. You're like, no, it was better when it wasn't out.
But is it? I mean, it is better that it was out. But if they're thinking it and they're still feeling it, I mean,
if you're thinking it, better to think it than attack someone.
Yeah, but is there an element that people, and I'm slightly playing devil's advocate here, that there's so much political correctness and people were worried about what they could and they couldn't say, and they felt they had to shut up, but they carried on thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Is it not better to try and actually change people's mind rather than
that would be
than
preferable,
tell them to say, no, you can't say that.
It's that kind of freedom of speech thing, isn't it? That where's the line between I should be allowed to say absolutely anything. You shouldn't be allowed to say absolutely anything, even if some people do believe it or think it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you should be allowed to say it, and then people can.
Yeah, but
tell
not
you
attacking
to fuck
people
off.
and
No.
No,
definitely not attacking people.
definitely not.
Unless they're in UKIP, in which case, like I just said, it'd be good if that guy died.
But you didn't attack
That is
him.
fine.
But you didn't do it.
That is fine.
That was the convenience of that is that another UKIP bloke did it. And
But if I'm sitting at home going, it'd be quite. I mean, I think that about a lot of things that go wrong in the world. You're sitting there partly thinking, it'd be quite good if something really bad happens.
Yeah. But now you've wished. I mean, now some really bad things are happening, and I blame you.
Yeah, it could be my fault.
It's your fault. You've willed it just to get fucking material.
So is your stand-up show about that?
It isn't really. No.
I
don't
heard you
tend to do sort of politics.
No. Well, you were talking to Stuart Goldsmith about this on his excellent Comedian podcast.
Yeah.
This is a very good one, and people should listen to that. But you said, well, I found it interesting. You were talking about political comedy, and that you would like to do political comedy.
I sort of see that as like proper grown-up comedy.
But I don't agree with you.
I know, but then everybody sort of beats themselves up for what they don't do, don't they? And I do the news quiz now and then, and I feel like I really have to sort of read the papers and form an opinion and be properly a satirist and intellectual and things like that. And I think, oh shit, I'm way out of my depth here. But it is I see it as that's like funny and sort of saying something of use.
Yeah.
Whereas chatting about yoga and whether or not to live in London doesn't feel useful as a contribution.
It's quite useful. I think it is useful. Well, but I think like this, I don't like that snobbishness about.
No.
I went to see Al Murray's show, which is quite political.
Yeah.
But it's also, he's entertaining. He's trying to be entertaining.
Yeah.
And succeeding, and he makes people laugh, and it's funny.
Yeah, yeah.
But actually, it's the things he's doing are much, are as avant-garde as Hans Chuan or Stuart Lee would do. And he's doing it to the people, many of whom maybe agree with what the pub landlord is saying. So he's making them. There's a bit where he does a long bit about. Immigrants coming, saying, those Turks, they were going to come, 10 million Turks were going to come in, and the audience are like, they're slightly behind him, and they go, they're coming in, they're going to come here and take the jobs of our Romanian immigrants, and then, who then came into the Polish immigrants, and then it goes on for ages, as he goes all the way through history, explaining all the waves of immigration. And it's very hard to understand what an audience is thinking, and people say with him, do they get the irony or not? But I think halfway through it, you could sense some people going, hold on, is he taking the piss out of...
That must be a weird thing.
Is he taking the piss out of us?
Who's the bloke who played Alf Garnett?
Warren Mitchell.
He used to get upset about that because he'd have people that thought he was Alf Garnett, and he was really left-wing, and he was like, it's a fucking character.
But then if you're actually doing... the thing is, if you do political comedy, you'll probably play to an audience of people... if we do political comedy tonight... I don't think there'll be many people going, actually, I'll stop being racist now.
That's what I mean, that's true. You're not going to... Are you going to convert people?
No, I don't think you are, but I think like that, so that's quite interesting. I just sort of think there's a sort of snobbishness to criticism.
Yeah.
I went to see that Al Murray show, and then Brian Logan from The Guardian gave it 2 stars. I wrote a blog about it in which I sort of said this is an amazing show. Because it's but also because a comedian's job is to be entertaining.
Is to be entertaining and funny
and to make people laugh, and to what I liked about his show was it was confronting what a ridiculous situation we're in, but sort of almost celebrating English uselessness and that we've got ourselves in this mess and now.
Well, it is that thing because that character, a lot of what he wanted has come to pass.
Yeah, exactly.
So he has kind of
So
it is a difficult thing if you're kind of pastiching extreme right-wing beliefs and then all of them come through. You're like, I was joking.
I think he did. I think he did really well with it. Brian Logan disagreed with me, but it's. But I think because there's a snobbish towards him because
maybe you should stitch him on your arse when you're doing Human Centipede. Put Brian Logan at the shit end.
I think he can go on Michael Gove's arse.
A few more critics coming out there.
But no, I just think it's. I think it's interesting, and I think it's interesting that comedians feel. That that what they're doing, if it's making people laugh, is less worthy than someone.
Well, that is a true thing, but also what Stuart does manage to do in that podcast is he will make you somehow like a sort of wily therapist. He will say, "What do you wish you could do that you can't?" or you acknowledge that you can't. So then you'll kind of admit it. You can't go nothing. I'm great. You're kind of confessing that there are things you do well, and there are things you don't do as well. And, you know, you just have to know what you can do.
Yeah.
And I think what I was trying to get at is I admire that sort of comedy.
Sure.
But it's not my comedy. I'd love to do it. I always feel really self-conscious when I do it. I feel like it's sort of walking in slow-mo towards the audience. I'm going to do a political joke. And I'm like, that sort of...
But I think but all those things are just, you know, it's about with stand-up, it's overcoming a load of hurdles, I think, as you're going. And there's a lot of them are put there by yourself. So you absolutely could do that stuff, and the audience would go with you, I'm sure. Because
you try and sort of justify it that you're doing politics with a small p, or that it's micro, like a domestic thing, and the politics of that. You know, without having to do actual political satire, you know. But all frustration, I suppose you could argue that in the end it's political of sorts.
Everything's political.
You have.
It is now.
It is, isn't it?
It is. Everything's political now. Now feminism's got in, and you can't do the good jokes we used to do, can we, Andy? About how men are no good. Yeah, I was sexist against men. The most stupid kind of sexism. Thinking that that's clever. If you were given the powers of a King Midas, but you could turn everything into something you wanted it to be rather than into gold.
Right.
Everything you touched would turn into the thing. Yeah. What thing would you turn everything into? Careful though, it sounds like it's a good thing.
Well, that was the fable, that was the point.
It was a bad thing, wasn't it? So I'm warning you about that. No one warned King Midas about that.
But you're here to
I'm here to warn you, so think carefully.
If only you were there.
Yeah.
I don't know, because if you go edible...
Yeah,
you do,
that's quite good.
Yeah.
Well, then you have to eat,
That's what I mean, you're stuck with everything sort of taramasalata, I'd probably go for if it was edible.
Yeah.
But then that would get you... after a
while,
too
much, wouldn't it?
Nauseous of that. Gold seems like the best option.
Think so?
The original model.
Yeah.
I'd go gold.
But then everything you touch would turn to gold, so it wouldn't be any good, would it? What would you do? You'd have too much gold.
Like the car and the kids.
Yeah, your kids would turn to gold. I mean, that would be good.
You wouldn't
though.
want to turn them to anything. I mean, if you're going to turn them, if you have to turn them into a thing, make sure it's something worth something.
Yeah.
Like taramasalata or gold.
Maybe alternate between the two.
Yeah.
But then you would pick up the gold and it would turn into taramasalata.
This is a new Sophie's Choice twist of taramasalata or gold.
Here's another question for you. Have you ever killed someone but never spoken about it? Like CJ from Eggheads. He killed someone.
Right.
Yeah. He kicked him in the canal. Then he wrote an autobiography about it, and he's in trouble now because that's murder.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is
he
it?
got away with it, but then they've worked out who it was.
Do you get away with it on a conscience? Like, have you seen that old film with Edward G. Robinson when he kills someone and gets away with it, and then he's haunted by his conscience?
Yeah, I don't think
it's
CJ
like you don't get away with it.
CJ wasn't haunted. Maybe that's why he kept getting questions wrong, because he kind of.
Or was he burdened by the guilt?
He might have been. Just every time we get a question, oh God, I wish I hadn't kicked that bloke in the canal. What was the question again, Jeremy Vine?
It would get in the way. You'd be like, I shouldn't have kicked that bloke.
He's the worst egghead, wasn't he? I mean, do you ever watch Eggheads?
No.
Oh, you should watch it.
I've no idea what you're talking about.
Do you know who CJ from Eggheads is?
No. But I get the drift. I could bob along with it.
He's good. So you killed someone and never spoken about it? Yeah. Don't speak about it. Don't tell me about it. What is the worst misconception about you that is not true? That's a good question.
Are there misconceptions about me?
I don't know. Have you... I don't know if there are conceptions about you, but I don't know if they're misconceptions. I've just taken them all on board as being true. Is there anything that people think about you that you don't think is true? It's quite a tricky question.
It is, because then you have to know what people say about you.
They do, yeah.
I remember once, years ago, when I was a teenager, when you're sort of neurotic about these things, saying with a group of friends, oh God, I wonder I'd hate to know what people say about me behind my back. And one of the friends went, that you're loud.
That's true, though, isn't it?
You're not that loud, though. That's the answer. I'm not that loud. Gobby is a misconception about me. I don't think I'm gobby.
No, all right. Have you ever seen a ghost?
I'd remember, wouldn't I?
You would. I think you'd remember. Well, maybe not. It might have scared you so much.
It wiped my memory. I did tell you I don't have a good memory,
You
so it's feasible I saw one and then
Just
forgot.
Yeah,
You wouldn't forget though, would you?
I don't think you would forget.
I mean, that would be within your top 5 anecdotes.
Yeah.
So no.
No. Okay. So do you think there are ghosts?
What do I believe in ghosts? No. But it's a lovely idea, isn't it?
I don't know. Is it?
Well, it is for
What, that
people
you're
that
stuck-
miss dead relations.
But you're not. You're stuck, trapped on Earth, going woo.
I like the idea of. Well, you probably would say something more interesting, wouldn't you, if you were going to die?
They don't seem to, do they? That's what they mainly clank a ow, clank, clank, clank.
Haven't you
for
seen?
eternity.
No, some ghosts have got loads of interest.
Patrick Swayze.
What a ghost!
Yeah. I mean, in the film.
Top ghosts. There's your question.
Yeah.
Top 3 ghosts.
What's your top 3 ghosts?
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
The Blythe Spirit women.
Okay, I don't know them.
That Noel Coward one.
Yeah, don't know.
I don't know their names. Come on, one more.
Timothy Claypole from Rent a Ghost.
Oh yes, there you go. Top 3. Excellent ghosts.
Yeah.
So yes, I do believe in ghosts.
Do you think the ghost of Patrick Swayze in real life will be as good as the ghost he played in the film?
If you were going to be haunted by Patrick Swayze,
Yeah.
would you want him to be the Dirty Dancing Patrick Swayze, Johnny,
Yeah.
or would you want him to be?
Well, I'd like the ghost and him leaning around and moulding a
Do you
vase
do a
with
lot
me.
of potting at the
Yeah,
wheel?
well, I don't, but I would, if he was around and was a
You'd
ghost.
want him to cuddle you
Yeah.
while you do it.
Yeah.
No, I'd want him to dance.
And catch you. But would you be
Catch
worried?
me. Oh.
But would you
Oh
be
my
worried you would
God.
jump up and
That
then
is
you'd
a
go,
turn.
then you'd
You'd be
fall
like-
through. You'd
But
jump-
everyone would be like, "No, Kerry, there's no such thing as ghosts." And you'd be like, "Ah."
If he caught you, but you're corporeal, aren't you?
Is that
That's
I'm
the
solid
word.
and he's not?
You've got human flesh.
I know. Oh right, I haven't
You're
thought
bodily.
through.
Yeah, so you would fall through the ghost Patrick Swayze.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It's sad that he died, right? I'm not having a go, but he is dead.
I love
so
Patrick Swayze.
You can't make your money off playing a ghost and then get upset when people start going, "Now you're a ghost." That's ironic. It's his
That's a
own
fair
fault
point.
for playing around with being a ghost, wasn't it?
I've been watching Dirty Dancing
Have
lately
you?
because my daughter is now watching it, and I
Right.
didn't know whether to let her because she's 9 and there's
Right.
an abortion in it.
Oh, is there?
So you got to have that chat.
Yeah.
9 seems a bit young to chat about abortions.
It does.
But then you realise that they don't really understand. They're just watching the dancing.
Yeah.
Because I watched Grease when I was 4, and that's got all kinds of sexual stuff in it.
Is that the baby that goes in the corner? Is that the abortion?
Baby in the corner is Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
See, you've enlightened me on the human centipede,
Yeah.
and I've enlightened you on Dirty Dancing.
You have, yeah.
It's
I'm
a
just
real-
wondering if the baby in the corner is the aborted baby.
I'd never thought of that, thanks. No.
You put it in the bin with the other ones. The special bin.
Do you think you will let your daughter watch Dirty Dancing when she's 9?
I sort of think I'll let my daughter do anything she wants. I'm
She's
terrible
probably watched
at-
Human Centipede already.
She
She's
probably
only-
has. She sort of just gets away with anything. I find it very difficult
Oh,
to
you do find it hard to discipline?
Yeah.
Really? Do you think
I
that's
just think
wise?
everything she does is funny, and it's I kind of like it. I'd like her to be a very worldly 5-year-old who cracks jokes
Yeah, there is advantages and
Yeah.
disadvantages too.
and smokes a cigar,
Just for your
drinks
amusement.
whiskey.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
You might want to keep an eye on that.
No, it's difficult to know. It's an odd thing. Being
It is
a parent.
hard disciplining children. Because
And
you.
knowing when they're ready for. My wife swears in front of my daughter all the time, and she's too young to understand it.
But is there
nearly.
going to be a point when
Yeah.
if she says cunt
And
to
I
granny,
keep on
then
saying-
that's bad.
And I don't like.
That's
Weirdly,
bad.
I really don't like people swearing in front of my daughter.
Well, it is. It is embarrassing when they do it in front of other
Yeah.
people. I mean, like my daughter did say "fuck" in front of my mum, and it's like, oh, that really looks bad on us.
Yeah.
No one's judging them. They hear it and go to you. Like
Yeah.
it's bad. It reflects badly on the parent.
No, it's definitely going to.
But then it's better to get it out of the way, isn't it? I mean, they're going to hear
Yeah. Get straight in there. First
Yeah.
word, motherfucker.
it. Yeah. Wouldn't that be great if when they say, "What was my first word?" Like, motherfucker.
If you could jump into a pool of something, but you could choose whatever the thing. It's a bit like the.
It's like the Midas one, isn't it? Yeah.
But you're jumping in this time.
Well, you wouldn't want gold then.
No. What would you jump into?
Taramasalata.
Okay. It's very like it.
Do you say taramasalata or taramasalata?
I can't really say it. I tried to say it earlier and it went wrong, so I'm not going to try it. Taramasalata. Oh, that's what I say.
There you go, that's what you say.
Yeah, taramasalata.
Not taramusalata.
I don't say taramusalata, no, it's definitely not that.
I think I've said that,
Have
and
you?
I feel a bit embarrassed now with retrospect that I've said taramusalata.
Taramusalata. I think
For a
you're
long time, I said avocados.
Did you?
I mean, years, well into
Yeah.
my adult life.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I've said anything. No,
Nothing that
I've
embarrassing.
always got everything exactly right.
Well done.
What, Skellington? But I do that on purpose. That doesn't count. I can say Skellington.
I've said
I can't.
skizzers on purpose.
Skizzers and hospital,
Oh, that's nice.
chimley.
Oh, yes. They're good. They're cute. We were talking earlier about words that people use that you hate, and mine is
Yes.
hollybobs.
Yes.
Hate hollybobs.
Yeah.
If a friend says hollybobs, you're like, unfriend.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was. The other emergency question I have about that is if you're having sex with someone and they called their breast boobies, would you carry on having sex with them, or would you stop?
I'd
having,
immediately
I'd stop.
stop. Cease.
Yeah. I don't think I could have sex with someone who called them boobies, but if they would called them boobies during, I would say.
Oh,
stop.
that's horrific.
Yeah.
You
Touch
would-
my boobies.
No. Definitely not.
If Gemma Chan's, we were talking about this the other week. If Gemma Chan, I'd say no. Sorry, Gemma, that's it.
Would you?
I feel guilty about betraying Jack
You feel
Whitehall.
so strongly.
now it's happened, and also my own wife. Mainly it's Jack. Then yeah. Oh, what a world, eh? Do you find people's attitude to you has changed on the circuit now? You're getting TV and film stuff. Are people still
That's what I like. No, not
Yeah.
especially. That is what I quite like about the circuit. It's all pretty. People are pretty down to earth and not too shitty.
It's sort of amazing. It's amazing getting a big break, isn't it? I think people do feel glad when
Well,
it
the
happens.
thing
to
is, I
someone.
went back. I mean, like I never stopped doing the circuit. I suppose if you get a break and then you just stop,
Yeah.
then maybe. But I never did stop really.
No.
And it's quite a leveler doing the circuit.
Yes.
Because it doesn't matter what you're doing, you still got to do the thing.
Yeah.
So.
It's
No,
interesting.
people were very supportive. There's a lovely sort of culture of. I personally think it is quite supportive. Like everyone's really happy for Dave Johns. aren't
Yeah,
they?
I was just going to say.
There's just
with
such a
David-
warmth of feeling about that and most people were very, they said well done and
I
supportive.
think it's with the comedy circuit is they feel someone has to have earned the stripes to do it. So I think
Right.
when people resent someone, it's often when they're brand new.
They
and
decide it's undeserved.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
But if someone like David Johns, who's in I, Daniel Blake.
Yeah.
So he's a stand-up. He's been going for
Long time.
Like 60 years old. So
Yeah.
he's been going for a long time.
Yeah.
And then he's
He's in
now
the new Ken Loach
sort
film.
of getting
And
Ken
then when
Loach.
I walked past his poster on the tube on the way here, and it just makes you smile. You're like, hello,
Yeah.
it's lovely.
Ah. Well, everyone resents you on the circuit. I just,
Thanks.
they told me to tell you.
Well, they're not saying anything to my face,
No,
so I'm happily
being very nice
delusional,
to
and thanks for smashing that.
I thought I think I didn't write down all my new. Oh, do you think the Tim Allen film, The Santa Claus, could ever happen in real life?
What happens in that film?
Santa Claus is on top of Tim Allen's house, and then he falls off because of something Tim Allen does and dies.
Right.
And then Tim Allen has to become Santa. Spoiler alert. Becomes their new Santa Claus.
And do I think that could happen
Yeah.
in real life? It depends. Do I believe in Santa Claus? Is that the sort of question?
No, do you believe that Santa Claus is just a man who travels around and is mortal? But
So he's
then,
not magic?
No, and then he
Well, if you're going to buy into the thing
Yeah.
of Santa Claus, you might as well go all the way with the magic.
Okay. I mean, he's a bit magic,
Well, he can't do what he's meant to
but
do
he's
if
not
he's
immortal.
not magic.
He's just a man who can fall off a roof and die, and then Tim Allen can come in. Do you think it's right that if it is possible for that to happen?
Yeah.
Do you think it's right for Santa Claus to essentially press gang Tim Allen into being?
But
Santa
he's
Claus?
dead. How did he press go?
Well, by dying and then passing on the mantle to Tim Allen.
Right.
I think it should be a voluntary role, I don't think it should be forced.
That is a fair point,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's got to be done for the love of it.
I mean, Tim Allen comes round to it and sort of enjoys being Santa
You wouldn't want to be
Claus in the
Santa
end.
under duress.
No, but I think it could be sort of Stockholm syndrome as well. There's all the elves and stuff.
Oh, right, yeah.
You're placed in that position, and I just worry for Tim Allen that he's sort of gone along with it.
Who is Tim Allen?
He's Santa Claus now. He also plays the voice of one of the
Would
toys
I know
in Toy
him?
Story. He was in Home Improvements.
What's that?
Sitcom about An idiot. A sitcom
You'll
about
have
a
to narrow it
man.
down.
It was a sitcom about a man who did home improvements. He had his own TV show where he did DIY in the sitcom.
I don't know
And he had a
this.
next door neighbour who was just a hat. And
Why don't I know this guy?
there was a pretty girl in it.
Who played her?
Don't know.
And
And then he was in Toy Story. He played Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, okay. I know Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, it's him. Do you
So
think do you
Buzz
think Toy
Lightyear-
Story could ever happen in real life? Yeah.
Definitely.
Do you think Toy Story 2 could ever happen in real life?
Remind me what happens in that one. I've got
I think
a
that's
really
the
bad
one where
memory.
they go and they find the other.
Jessie's in that one,
Jessie's
isn't she?
in that one,
Jessie's in that one.
And there's the old man played by Kelsey Grammer.
I like
he's-
that one.
And he's
I
evil.
don't like the one with the bear.
Yeah, that's
That
the
one's a
third
bit
Toy Story
spooky.
3.
That's really
Do you
spooky.
think Toy Story 3 could ever happen in real
No,
life?
I don't think it could.
Which films do you think could happen in real life? That might be an
Ghosts.
easier way to come around this question.
I don't. Are you going to go along with the Santa Claus thing?
No, I don't think there's. I think it's.
No, I mean
it's-
as a parent, are you going to tell?
Oh, I'm going to tell. Oh, yeah.
Because some people don't approve of that.
Yeah.
Like my dad used to say, it's lying.
Right.
Like to crush on.
It's a weird thing because I think did this come up, but like if they believe in it for too long, it becomes sort of embarrassing.
When's the right age?
Yeah.
I'm
So-
asking because my friend said his son still did, and his son was 12, and I was judging.
Yeah.
That's too old, isn't
It
it?
is too old. Yeah.
But he's like, is your son
But
thick?
you've got to work it out for yourself. It's sweet though, isn't it? That they would.
No, there's a line.
You
in
want innocence
there.
to.
There's a line between sweetness and thickness.
You want to preserve this innocence. I remember my
Not till they're 12.
I remember my grandma and my mum saying, "Oh, it's a terrible." I remember them talking about stuff when I was
Yeah.
little and saying it's a terrible world. We have to protect them. I remember them saying that.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they were saying it about, but I can remember that. I
That's
remember
so
being
deceived
aware
of
there was
trauma.
something
That it
beyond
was a terrible
that
world.
was
That's
being
what stayed
kept
with
away
you.
from me.
It's a terrible
It's sort of
world.
worse not to know why. It's just that.
Yeah, it's a magical thing, Santa Claus. You've crushed it with the Tim Allen thing.
Yeah.
But,
Well, Tim Allen did a good job of crushing it, I would say.
yeah.
And Santa Claus literally got crushed.
I'll be glad when it's over, when Santa Claus is done and dusted, and then I don't have to pretend anymore.
Okay.
I don't like lying. I mean, I'll do it, but it's a burden, innit? Because you've got to get 2 loads of wrapping paper.
Yes.
That's admin.
It is admin. It's kind of weird that your daughter would know about abortion before she would know about
Well,
Santa Claus.
that's a really fair point. That's why I wrestled with whether
It
to
is.
let her watch Dirty Dancing. I'm like, surely I should break Santa Claus to you before abortions.
Yeah. Do you think the way out of it is just to say, there's been some bad news. Santa Claus has died. I'll be doing the presents from now on.
That's a lovely way of putting it. Yeah.
He was very
Would you
old.
do
He
it?
had a good life. But now he's dead, and all the elves have also died. The elves have all killed themselves in sorrow. In a sort of suicide pact, they all agreed there was no point in going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Mrs. Claus is
You're making the lie bigger.
Yeah.
I'd keep it simple.
yeah. Difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
I dressed my daughter up as a monster. She's got a monster costume for Halloween.
Yeah.
But that's a kind of lie as well, isn't it? She's
What,
not really
Halloween?
a monster, yeah.
And she's not a monster.
No, she's not a monster. She liked it.
Well, you can't take all the lies away,
No.
otherwise what is childhood?
That's true. She went, ah. It's good.
Was that entertaining?
Yeah, it was good. I'll show you a video of it later. Good. Well, actually, I've got to keep an eye. Oh, blimey, the time has flown by. You've got another gig to do. What, are you doing a charity gig?
I am.
What's the charity for you? That's very nice to do work for charity.
You brought that up, not
Yeah, I
me,
know.
so I get to come out of this
I
looking
know.
okay.
You do. What's the charity?
I think
UKIP.
it's Parkinson. UKIP, yeah, it's UKIP.
Get the immigrants out.
It's a UKIP gig.
Do you think it's Parkinson's? What I love about comedians
They
is
get
they
asked
take. I've done this loads of times. I've taken gigs and got there and discovered it's something I fundamentally disagree with.
Oh, really?
I did.
I don't
did a
disagree
gig.
with Parkinson's.
I was thinking, no, but that's. But
I'm
you
really
don't know what
opposed to
someone says,
Parkinson's.
"Oh, come and do a gig." Oh, yeah, fine, I'll do it. And then you get
And it's
there,
UKIP.
and I got one, and it was for homeopathy, basically, which I'm absolutely opposed to. It was like because they said, "Oh, it's for a hospital," and the hospital did lots of other things.
Did you still do the gig?
I kind of had to because
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
there, and you kind of think, well, people have paid
That would be
tickets,
really shitty.
and it would be shitty. I
Yeah.
pulled out some gigs that I've realised I don't support the cause, saying I would do
Right.
it.
No, that's very
But,
good to remember to
But,
check
Yeah.
who it's for.
That's bad though, isn't it? It was me and Alistair Barry, and he just realised as well. And we had a discussion about whether we should stay and
Still
do the
do
gig,
it.
and we decided we should stay and do the gig. But then, no, I don't know. There was no way out.
Did you do any piss-takey jokes of it?
No, I think it'd be sort of that'd be worse, isn't it? It's like when if you do like corporate gigs.
And then take
and then
the piss
go
out.
and take the piss out of it, as if
Yeah.
you're like going, yeah, no, I'll have your money, but
Yeah, yeah,
I
you
think you're
can't
all
do
cunts.
both.
You can't do both. You've got to-
No,
you've
no,
got-
you're right.
You've got to
There
go.
is a moral code here.
So I think if there's a danger that you're going to go on and think, I'm going to have to say what I really think to these people, then you probably
Well, the
should.
lesson there is that you should read your emails.
People ask you to do things, you think, oh yeah, that's not. I think the thing with charity gigs is a lot of comedians like to do them because they're big
They're nice gigs,
They're
yeah.
like big. You might do a gig with 1,000, 2,000 people.
Well, I sort of think as well, if you don't get to do any other charity work in any other form,
Yeah.
which I don't. I tried to recently. I joined this thing called Silver Line,
Yeah.
where I was meant to ring this old lady called Marie every Wednesday, and I was really committed to it. I did the training, and I thought I can spare half an hour every Wednesday to call Marie.
Yeah.
I forgot twice on the trot, which is really bad. And then the woman rang me and went, "You're not really." You haven't got the time. And I felt really bad. I mean, like, we had 2 lovely chats, me and
Yeah.
Marie, but actually, Marie dumped me. Like,
Right.
she rang the woman and went, I don't want her anymore. And it was a real learning, because I think what I learned from that is that the will is one thing, but actually whether you can do a thing is a different
Yeah.
thing. So I think, well, if you can do gigs, I can do some charity gigs, but I can't ring Marie
Yeah.
every Wednesday, which I feel really bad about.
It does. It says a lot about comedians.
Well, you can say I want to do volunteering and blah, 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 but you can't always, you've got young kids and you're working
No.
and blah, 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 so you sort of do the things you can
But that
do.
ringing someone up, that's not hard, though, is it?
Well, I didn't think it was hard, but why don't you have a crack at it and let's see how...
Because I don't really. My wife's very socially conscious and does nice
so
stuff.
she does stuff. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's her
Yeah.
karma. What?
So I just think, fuck it, why bother? We're all
No,
gonna-
you don't get
we're all
to have
gonna
it by
die
proxy.
eventually.
No, you have to do it yourself. You have to do some
I
charity
hate,
things.
I hate the disadvantaged. So it's. And on that note, we're going to have to let you go. It's been really lovely to talk to you. Thanks so much for coming
Thank you
in.
for having
I
me.
hope you enjoyed it. Your show is called Sick or Twist, and we've got
By the
a
time this
website.
goes out, it'll be done, won't it?
Well, I don't know. It'll be a month or so.
No, it'll be over. But
Have you got
thanks for-
DVD? Going to do it on DVD?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, do a DVD.
Okay.
Go faster, strike.
Can you lend me your projector again?
I will, but you'll have to get your own cord for it. You can. No, it was all right. It was fine. Let's not go over it, but
Everyone's got
taking-
phones now.
I'm going to take it off your wages. The cost.
What, the potatoes?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. If you bring a few if you could mash them for me and bring them in.
As an apology.
Yeah, that would be nice. And make them nice and cold and milky. No? Okay. Watch Hard to Swallow. Watch Kerry's DVD. Watch her in Mascots and all the other... You've got loads of stuff coming up, right? There's tons of stuff. You're going to be in another sitcom.
There's a sitcom in January on
Yeah.
Sky One, yeah.
Blimey.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and doing the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Kerry Godliman! How'd you like them sky potatoes?